Yeah, this crash out is valid. I played the ending of AMPHOREUS, this for AMPHOREUS. And the issue that I have with the ending of AMPHOREUS is we're doing the shit again where you go through so much effort for one thing and they won't give you that one thing. Because at the end of AMPHOREUS, Sarina is given a choice to cement this moment in time by being sent back in time, so the moment in time is cemented. Correct. This is the causality of the moment. Herta is the one that comes to her to tell her this. What confused me is Herta's telling her this? If I'm not wrong, and I don't think I am, there are curios directly linked to causality, and then you hit us with the ending section where you're just giving us a bunch of things that could have been, and that's fine. The bittersweet moments is fine, as long as we come out with the one thing, bro. The one thing that I particularly wanted was someone gets on the train. One thing, every time I do shit. Every time. When someone pissed as fuck because they baited you that Ting Yun was gonna get on the train. I whole time assumed Ting Yun was gonna get on the train. Maybe that's my fault, but I still don't like the fact that it took at least a couple of years for us to get what the hell happened to Ting Yun. What do you think is gonna happen with Siren? The worst part is this whole Siren section, correct? Is Siren getting thrown into a torturous loop of 30 million loops for her to have a break of 5 days after doing it for 30 million times. So, you're telling me that not only did we waste all the efforts here in AMPHOREUS, but you sending the one thing we wanted to go get tortured in infinite time loops that we cannot currently savor. What was the point? Why do I feel like I'm crazy for crashing out? It pissed me off to unimaginable. Oh, look there, give me day demigod, interesting. AMPHOREUS was ass, and Lygus was ass. And what ruined Lygus for me was the Hysolence update, because in the Hysolence update, instead of showing us what is going on in AMPHOREUS, we instead have Lygus telling us what happened in AMPHOREUS and then bragging about the things that he has done in the 30 million cycles. Honestly, that entire update, I did not give the slightest fuck. Here we are, end of AMPHOREUS. I mean, I probably have to wait 6 years before we see Siren again. Siren's still alive, bro. Siren is alive. It's not like Siren is a figment of our imagination like Finon is. Too soon? In the Hysolence update was NPC happening. In the Hyoscene update there was NPCs happening. In the My Day there was a bunch of NPCs happening. Wait, let me go through them. Aglaya, no. The Castrus. Okay, Castrus was a fun part. Cypher was a fun part. What else we got? Trying to think. No, it's only that 3 major points. Hyoscene was important because, like, literally, if you didn't really pay attention to Hyoscene section, then there's certain parts of the plot that you won't understand. But if you do try and pay attention, they talk so much that honestly you're just not gonna pay attention. The ending was cool. Did you see that ending? Oh wow, the ending was amazing. I'm not being sarcastic. I enjoyed the ending, but my sarcasm lies in the fact that you had to get through like an hour of yapping. And then Finon, best out of all the sections, full stop. And my dude got done dirty this whole section, just like Kevin in Honkai Impact. So if you played Honkai Impact, you know about the Flame Chasers, right? Yeah, the Flame Chasers. We'll take those. Well, in Honkai Impact, we know the Flame Chasers die in the end. Well, except for Kevin. I mean, technically you could say that, what's the bitch's name? What's green-haired chick's name? Mobius didn't die in the end, she committed suicide. So technically she did not die in the end. And Mobius' death was so stupid that even Elysium Realm, Mobius is like, the fuck did this bitch kill herself for? Wouldn't it have been better if Mobius survived to reach the end or reach the future era so that she could have aided everybody in that bullshit? No, that did not happen. Ah man, this is just a rant video. I'm sorry bro. I just need to vent here on the channel. In Honkai Impact, everybody's deaths were far worse than it is here in AMPHOREUS. But the difference between Honkai Impact and AMPHOREUS is that technically AMPHOREUS' characters are simulations. They are artificial intelligence that gained awareness.
Become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Lygus is a genius. But what irritates me is when Herta goes up to Cyrene and she's saying all along the lines of causality, she can't do shit. I remembered something. If Lygus is smart enough to create a universe reset button in the form of Iron Tomb, and Herta quite easily matched his intelligence by connecting to Luz, why can't she use that same intelligence to cement causality like a month from now, so that if it doesn't work, at least a month, we had a month with Cyrene? Or even better, why do that in the first place? This causality shit. Isn't that the job of the Aeons to fix? Couldn't Luz have fixed that shit? Why are we fixing? No, I'm not gonna go there. That's extra. The question lies here. If Herta is this genius, and she has two other geniuses that backs her up besides all the other geniuses being dickbags, something feels off. Something feels missing. Herta, what's going on? So instead of like giving us a little meme that's trapped in an ice crystal that we have to maybe do something in the next section of the game part of this, I don't even know if it's a Japanese area anymore, the new section with Sparkle 2. Instead of giving us like a little meme in a crystal like it did with March 7th, Cyrene is just gone. And this is why I uninstalled Honkai Impact. And this is why I stopped playing Honkai Star Rail during the Icelands update. And that and Saraja can go fuck herself, because Saraja is possibly the worst character released in the Honkai series. Full stop. I hate Kevin. I really do. But I understood Kevin. Saraja can go fuck herself. Every word that comes out of Saraja's mouth somehow makes me want to shoot her. And even in the end section, it doesn't really make sense that she's talking, because Saraja has no character build-up. In the Icelands update, what do you know of Saraja? You know more about Icelands. Saraja is sort of just told about, whereas Icelands is doing partial of the telling of herself and her interactions with Saraja. And then the section where Saraja shows up, she just super bitch. If Furina was anything like Saraja, I would dislike her to astronomical levels, because the difference is Furina was at least not rude, bro. I actually have a video on my original rant while I was playing Genshin, and I crashed out, bro. I crashed out so hard. I'm just saying, Honkai Star Rail story, especially since they're making me waste time because we right? Dude, it's fine if you want bittersweet moments, right? But don't let efforts go to nowhere. Don't let us play through all this bullshit just for us to find out that the princess is in another castle. Or at least the princess got thrown into a loop of torturous 30 million cycles, where she has to relive 30 million cycles, clone herself, die 30 million times, and then, yeah bro, the story is dumb. AMPHOREUS is dumb. The worst part is, right, I pulled Saraja by accident. I did not mean to pull that bitch. I was like, alright, I have pulls, let me do one pull. Did one pull. I got Saraja at 230. Okay. Fucking Saraja. Bro, I hate Saraja, man. Yeah, this man over the cringes. I think I'm done right here. This is why I don't make Star Rail videos anymore, by the way, eh? Because after the Icelands update, I was put off for the whole game. Like, that update ruined this whole game for me. And it's mainly because I am not gonna waste my time
All lies shall be revealed.
with a dumbass story.
Can you find the answer?
At least that's how I feel. I don't mind playing the gameplay, just putting it on, letting it run in the background like I'm doing now. But, I mean, honestly, if that's the case, I'm better off just going to play Uma Musume, bro. Uma Musume story is way better. And if I really need to think on strategy and shit, you know how difficult that game tends to be sometimes if you don't know what you're doing. I should like try to smack face the keyboard a couple of times and that's it always. Nordcry is so much better storytelling than Amphoreus. Fontaine was so much better storytelling than Amphoreus. It's like the Natlan writers decided to write Amphoreus or some shit. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. Check out all the links in the description, especially our second channel, Exhausted Gamers, where I'm playing a variety of games. Like seriously man, Honkai Impact 2 Part 2, right, is confusing. Very, very, very confusing. I only maybe caught onto the first part of it, but when we started doing, oh no, we're in a simulation, inside a simulation, and the main character is the controller head for the simulation, so if the main character dies, so goes the simulation, and we need to get into the simulation so we can wake Kiana up. Okay, and then we find out that the main character might die anyway because Sanada and I had to sacrifice ourselves so that the main character doesn't die, instead she regresses. And then we wake Kiana up. And then Sparkle decides she's gonna show up. Means that Startle and Honkai Impact are technically connected, but that is a side event, so we don't even know if it's canon. And we need to wake Kiana up. And yeah, pray for me. This whole Siren section, correct, is Siren getting thrown into a torturous loop of 30 million loops for her to have a break of 5 days after doing it for 30 million times. So, you're telling me that not only did we waste all the efforts here in Amphoreus, but you're sending the one thing we wanted to go get tortured in infinite time loops that we cannot currently savor. What was the point? Why do I feel like I'm crazy for crashing out? It pissed me off.